Very good, family. I'm glad to hear you all's vibration. And who was that first spiritual experience they'd like to share with us? Star 6, mute your phones. Oh, Ha, are you there?
I thought I heard his voice.
Yeah, Ha, what's your prayer? All right, who had that first spiritual experience?
I have an experience.
Go ahead, sister.
It's unforeseen. So, about 2 weeks ago, I hid some money, and I hid some money. Went to look for it 3 days later, and I couldn't find it. So the next day, the same place I looked, it was there. It just popped up. It happened several occasions. And other things I misplaced, and I thought I misplaced it, but I went back to find it wasn't there. That time around, it's right there the next day, next few days. I know
you shifted dimensions.
Say it again?
You shifted dimensions. Remember I told you all a while back that if you put your car keys someplace you can't, but they're not there, and you look again, they're someplace else, maybe on the kitchen table, you shifted dimensions.
I always thought I was just forgetting.
In some cases it is. But in these days, you can be assured it's more than likely you shift the dimensions.
Yeah, because I knew I had to put the money. I'm like, how to get over here? I looked at the same spot for a long time.
Because you in another dimension are a different being and you're doing different things differently.
Oh.
You're shifting realities billions of times per second.
So we have no control over that? It's just going to happen?
It is happening. It's not about control. It's about getting in tune with it.
Right.
That's the only consistent thing is change.
Correct.
Right. Because if it was not for that, everything would be a static picture frozen in time.
That is true.
Yeah, and you wouldn't like that.
Okay, I was trying to figure out what was going on. I was getting frustrated. I know I'm not going crazy.
No.
And I couldn't find it next day. I'm like, it was in my book bag the whole time. But I'm like, wait a minute, it wasn't there when I checked yesterday. And I just it blew my mind, But thank you. Thank you for the clarification.
Very good. Next question, spiritual experience. The brother had one he wanted to share.
I have one, yeah.
Yes.
So, I don't know if you remember, but the brother was talking about the 3 sons.
Uh-huh.
So, I had this dream where I don't know where I was, but there were 3 sons. They were very hot, vibrant, and the energy there in that place was very, I would say, bright.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't remember why I was there and exactly what I was doing. But that's the only thing I could remember, and I was like, okay, I have to share this because...
Were you comfortable there or uncomfortable?
Sorry?
Were you uncomfortable there or comfortable?
I was comfortable.
Okay. You might have been on risk.
I was comfortable. Yeah, and I was running around, but I don't know why I was running around. I think I was kind of... It was kind of playful.
Okay.
But also a little bit serious. I don't know why. But yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it will come later.
The only tried solar system I know of for sure is the planet Risk in the Ilion Galaxy. That would mean his kingdom came to earth as it is in heaven. All right?
All right.
Next.
Can I share?
Yes, you may.
It's something small, but it was something similar to what he said about the three sons. Like, I remember I seen it in a dream. I don't remember exactly like what happened, but I just remember seeing the three sons as well. So
very good.
yeah.
That's a very good indicator for both of you, because where we headed is there are three sons. All right, next spiritual experience, or what is that first question? Who has that first question?
I got a question.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
What I want to ask is, the seraphims, is they liable to incarnate in this realm, and do they still stay in purity when they come to this realm?
Okay, let me say something. All people are angels. You are an angel. All humans are angels. Right? But you became people when you fell from Malachite. Okay?
Huh?
And the ones you're talking about, they maintain the ether vapors. They never left heaven. So they're just the spiritual beings, but they didn't take on the basher, the physical body yet. And you have two species, primarily two species.
Mm-hmm.
The cherubim and the seraphim, right?
Right.
And the seraphim are pure. The seraphim are pure and agreeable. And the cherubim are disagreeable. So what is your question in particular?
So what I'm trying to say is, so my act don't apply to them because they're not in dual energy by them being pure and being a seraphim, right?
Yeah, because angelic beings are 180 degrees of knowledge of either negative or positive. But people have a dual nature. They have what you are as a combination of 180 degrees negative and 180 degrees of positive. So what you are is a combination of a seraphim and a cherubim with the addition of free will.
I got you.
You have three levels to your mind. You have the mind of God. You have the mind of human. And you have the mind of the devil. And the free will to choose between them at any point in time. But yes, there are spiritual entities here, agreeable and disagreeable. Because in 1966, the vortex opened up and a lot of disagreeable beings descended on Earth, right?
Right. So in the spiritual
Somehow I
realm,
don't feel like your question is answered.
Yes. No, well, it's just more coming behind it, because what I'm trying to get to,
Okay.
who would be their leader in both aspects? Would that be Melchizedek in both seraphims and cherubim?
He's the head of all the angels, right?
Okay.
But ultimately, the leader of everybody is Ilion El, Anu, Amun.
Overstand.
Right.
Thank you. You made it clear. I got you.
All right. I love you. Next question.
I have a question.
All right. I'll do my best.
You mentioned in a previous class that contact will be made in the near future. The contact will be made ET contact. So my question is, will it be made?
They never ceased contact, but okay.
Will it be made individually or to groups of people, or you have to be vibrating on a certain level in order to, or will
all of the above? All of the above. All of the aforementioned. Yes. Yes, yes, and yes. It won't start out with them landing on the White House lawn. Huh?
Okay, will it be just a different variety of ETs, or mainly Riskians, or?
No, there are 5 species of hybrid grays, and one of them will make contact with us first.
Yeah, the grades. Okay. Okay, well,
The Yayelo, I think the name of. I think it's the Yayelo. Go ahead.
will we have any of the experience like yourself and Malachi, where we have beings come in over us, higher vibrating beings?
When you say over us, what do you mean?
Up and walk into us, or
No.
does that make sense? Okay.
You have to control your own inner being and direct it to where your final destination is, to make your future.
Okay. Cool.
Because you have to be transforming to God if you're going in the right direction. And God simply means to take responsibility or the ability to respond.
Right.
Because there are 2 types of beings on earth. There are 2 types of beings on earth. They're the religious people that worship God in all sincerity and truth. And then there are those of you that are transforming into God, that take responsibility for who and what they are, and they direct their being, okay?
Sure. So during this time, will we come in contact with our counterparts before or after, or it doesn't matter at that point?
Well, I'm not sure about every individual, but I've already come in contact with my counterpart. Just that we have to merge at some point and become one.
Okay. So yourself and Malachi being counterparts, sharing oversouls, correct? So will all women
Yes.
have a woman counterpart?
Women?
Will women have a woman counterpart necessarily, or?
Yes, you do have a counterpart. But it was asked the question, do women have souls? And that's a very complex question.
Yeah.
Because women are born of the earth. They descend from men. But it was men that came down. The sons of God came down and saw the daughters of men. And they went in unto them, and they gave then birth to men of renown that were giants in the earth in those days. But whenever men and women come together and say marriage, they share that soul.
To Amun.
So where does quality come
Yes.
from?
Go ahead.
Say it
Go
again.
ahead.
So where does homosexuality come in at? Like, 'cause
Homosexuality happens in natural nature, and it comes from environment. In other words, there are born homosexuals that you may classify them as being XYX rather than XY, or X or YXY for a lesbian. And these people would naturally be born with a female body and a man's spirit. And the hermaphrodite would be the one born with a male body and a female spirit. And then you have some that are born a man or a woman, but due to their environment, they choose, they elect. They go, like a person going to penitentiary and being forced into something. You follow me?
yeah. So will that count against them? Like, if that, a lot of it's like, for behaviors. I know one time Doc said that it was in the hormones in the homogenized milk, and said Batman running around in leotards. It pretty much, sped up that homosexual on the sexual side.
Well, I don't think milk is going to convert somebody into a homosexual or a lesbian. You follow?
Genes.
But like I say, there are 2 ways that happens. It happens through natural nature, or it happens through environment.
Amun.
Yes.
Is it wrong for them? Is that kind of wrong? Because, society says, like, low-key wrong. But it'd be confusing to me whether or not, like, it's wrong or not. Or is it, like, your perspective necessarily?
No, if it's natural nature, it's not wrong. You are what you are. You are what you're born to be. Women have a lot of control over a fetus. For example, if you concede by the union of the male sperm and the female egg, and your natural gender is male, if the mother prays for a female child, she can have an effect on the fetus. You follow me? Towards the feminine spirit. She can have an effect on it. Or towards the masculine spirit and a female if she wants a son. You understand?
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, that's deep.
But that would be interfering with the natural. For example, a lot of men, they pray for a male child, right? Rather than just a healthy child with 10 fingers and 10 toes. And then a wife trying to appease her husband might pray for a boy child, you know what I mean, instead of natural nature. And so the child may be a tomboy or a little bit masculine. You follow me?
Cool.
Right.
Yeah.
But no, it's not wrong to be born what you are. The sin would come in if you acting out of nature.
Oh.
If you conform to the opposite gender due to peer pressure or your environment. Because you were molested or whatever, you know what I mean?
Cool.
For example, some females are molested in childhood, and they're insecure about the male race and distrusting, and they because they still have urges, natural urges, then they have a tendency to turn towards the female.
So I have a question.
That would hold them back.
Yes.
I want to know what reptilians are running the government that's working under Trump in the White House, and like what are they trying to do?
Right now, Donald Trump is directing the DOJ, his Department of Justice, not to defend black people's right to vote. You know how big that is? That's not a small thing. He's trying to get y'all reverted back to slavery conditions right away, immediately. Do some research on that subject with Utah and Alabama, places like that.
Okay.
And Louisiana, yeah.
Yeah, Florida too.
Yeah, Florida too.
I have a question.
Yeah, because I know a lot of things that built in Florida, like condos, and it is merging quickly. Like it's terrible down here. They've been in condos.
It is happening quickly.
Push people out the south side.
Donald Trump was just on the news on Air Force One. He was asked whether he thought he was going to heaven, and he said about 5 times, "No, I know I'm not going to heaven."
Well, you know what he is then.
Well, so does he.
They're not even hiding it no more.
Huh?
They're not even hiding it no more.
No, they're not. Because in the winter of our spiritual life, there were devils hiding inside of people, and they blended among humans, and they disguised themselves. But it was just like I said, the example was a parent and a child walking through the forest in the wintertime. Child says, "Mama, Daddy, what kind of tree is that?" And they reply, "Oh, I don't know, because it's wintertime and all the leaves and fruit are gone. They all look alike. But we're in that summer now, not even in spring, and all the trees are bearing fruit. And you can judge each tree by the fruit it bears." You follow me? in other words, in the wintertime, an apple tree had apple leaves and apples inside of the tree in a dormant state. But in the sun cycle, the leaves and the fruit have come out, so you can judge the tree by the fruit it bears, right? But we were in the moon cycle up until the year 2000, and you couldn't necessarily judge a tree by the fruit it bears, right? Because they were in the winter.
No, sorry, I said right. Continue.
Say it again.
I said right.
Yes.
I was following.
Yeah, people often like trees. It depends on what cycle you're in. But in these days, everybody's being turned inside out. Some to their own surprise. So if they're a devil, you can see it on the outside. If they're a god or an angelic being, you see that on the outside. It's coming out. It's not easy to hide anymore. Har, are you here? Next question.
Amun.
I have a question, Messiah.
Go ahead.
You can go ahead. Well, this is Ivory. Earlier today, I seen a double rainbow, but they were like super strong and vivid, and we even reported it. But I just want to mention, like, what is that? We don't, haven't seen. We keep on seeing them from time to time.
Well, you know what a rainbow is. I mean, are you asking me what does it symbolize? What does it mean?
The double rainbow. Seeing two of them at the same time.
It's just showing that the air is vibrating on a faster frequency in some layer of the strata. In your ionosphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, all of these layers of the aburas, or the atmosphere, are vibrating on different frequencies because of the density of it, how close they are to Earth or how far away they are. And every frequency has its own color. Everything vibrates on a frequency, Ms. Ivory. Even when you look at a candle that's your light, you can see that the wick of the candle would be burning like blue, violet, but on the outer fringes of it, where the flame is cooler, you'll see amber and red. And the human body is like that. It reflects, your aura is a reflection through vibration and frequency. Your aura is the emotion, the dictionary of your thoughts. Whether you think low, cold, dull thoughts or high frequency, agreeable thoughts. And it also determines whether your aura is bright or dull. You see, they say a person is very bright, right? Or enlightened. That means they're really conscious and vibrating on high frequency. And people that are intuitive can see with their third eye that they have a very bright aura. If that didn't answer your question, please turn it and approach it from another angle. In the meantime, I'll go to the other person that had a question.
No, tell I have, Messiah. I love you. Thank you. No, it did.
I love you too. Someone else had a question.
Yeah, it was me, Amun. Go ahead, sister.
Okay. Thank you. Speak up, sister.
Well, I can wait for the brother. I already asked two questions, so I can wait.
All right.
my respect for you. I don't ask a lot. I want you to go get yours in, my sister.
Okay, real quick.
I love you both.
Thank you. So I need to. So so the new heaven and new earth. We're going to have families. You know, we're going to have houses, vehicles. So I'm trying to figure out what's the contrast. Like you know, when we still have conflicts. We still have, you know, kids, you know, that may, you know, do things kids do. Just trying to
No.
you know, what's going to be.
When you vibrate on a higher frequency, there's no room for low frequency thoughts.
Great. Okay.
You follow me?
Okay.
For you or your children. It wouldn't be heaven if there could be hell there, would it?
Somebody gets fired, you know. Because now,
No, sir.
when I look at Star Trek
Oh,
now, I said, wow, then in another dimension, I'm in another planet. Now I really understand what I'm looking at. And I just had a question about that. So much.
Okay, well, to be technologically advanced through AI is one thing. To be a heavenly host, you don't need to be in flying saucers and use light amplifier simulation, emission radiation, laser beams, or be able to heal cancer or defeat death. You don't have to do those things to be in heaven. It's a spiritual question. It's a spiritual question. A divine spirit or a reprobate. You follow?
Yes. So with the fifth dimension, how was it on the ninth dimension, the 12th, and how do you graduate to go to another
Because
realm?
we always ascend. We're constantly ascending. Tab dac, plane after plane, we're constantly ascending. Now, when you make it to the fifth plane, it's going to be very comfortable there. And you won't have any bills or debt.
Oh, my gosh.
You won't have any concerns about aging or physical health. You know what I mean?
Right.
But and it depends on how comfortable you are there will determine how long you stay. Because as you evolve, you'll be offered the opportunity to go to the sixth plane. You follow me? And the seventh, and so on. Because ascension is your natural right. And you're constantly evolving into a new being.
Awesome. Thank you.
I got a question.
I'll do my best.
So with that being said, you know how like right now we're like asleep, like we're dreaming right now?
That's right. You have been for almost over 6,000 years.
Right. So like in the sense of we're sleeping, what dimension is that? Are we in the fifth dimension or are we in the like the highest plane?
Third, some people in
So,
the
like,
second dimensions, real devilish people.
I meant like
you're on the third, in the three dimension in general. You're on the third dimension.
No, I know where we're at, like physically. I meant like spiritually.
That's my point. Your physical environment or reality is a reflection of where your consciousness is.
Oh.
Yeah. Your environment doesn't dictate whether you're in heaven or not. Your inner being does. Because if you vibrate on a higher frequency, you open your eyes and you are in heaven.
Okay, that makes sense to us.
Yes.
I have a question.
Sorry, your question. Oh, go ahead. Oh.
Yes. My question is,
You
what is happening when you can have an individual that has, I guess, programming or book knowledge, but they have no common sense?
You mean real smart but they don't have no sense? That's something that happens frequently here on Earth. You have people that graduate from college and they fools. And go to the complexity of the human being. Huh?
What blocks them from having the common sense? That's what I'm saying. What What's going on?
They should come to the programming.
Okay.
It's like when they go to school. They're there to be programmed, right? And they study books and they learn the vernacular and the programming of the Caucasoid. And they study that until they become valedictorian, the head of the class. Means that they get 100% on every test of their memory of the white man's doctrine. But not necessarily emotionally and spiritual are they growing and maturing. You follow?
Sure.
Now, when you want to analyze the white man's wisdom and knowledge, just look at World War II. In other words, they have all that knowledge, a lot of knowledge, not all that, they don't, you know what I mean? But they have the knowledge to construct an atomic bomb, right?
Sure.
But they lack the wisdom to know better than to drop it on women and children. You follow?
Exactly. Sure.
So real smart people do dumb shit a lot. Yeah.
Oh man, I understand, Amun. So that
They're aggravating too.
they lack a discipline.
Yeah. Mute your phone.
Amun, I got a
Keep
question.
turning your question. I'll do my best.
Amun, can your mate be your counterpart? Is that's a good thing?
Well, she is your counterpart in some respect. But because somebody's your mate doesn't make them opposite to you, does it?
No.
So they wouldn't qualify to be they wouldn't qualify to be your counterpart.
Okay.
Because your counterpart is your opposite in every way. And you're two separate beings. Your oversoul splits into two separate entities. So that if you and your counterpart are walking towards one another and you try to get up the other one's way, when you step to the right, your counterpart steps to the left, which is the right to them, right? And then they step to the left to let you by, and you step to the right to let them by. And you go back and forth like that until you have to stop and one let the other one pass, right?
Right. I got you.
Right.
And another thing I want to ask, Amun, we need to be uniform to be in our rightful way to be taken up, right?
What do you mean uniform? You don't mean physically garbed, I'm saying.
Our garbs.
And you got to be garbed in white, yes.
Yes. And so, Lucas, I will be talking to you.
You become the bride of the Lamb, yeah,
So
be
Lucas,
counted in that number. Behold, I looked at Mount Zion. There stood a lamb, and with him 144,000 with their father's name written in their foreheads. They were gowned in white, right?
Okay.
And we appeared to people as clouds.
I got you. So, Lucas, I'll be talking to you soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I have a question.
And all of us, if you two can start, the rest of you two can start preparing to get your garb through Anukas. All right. Next question.
So,
Amun.
if I can go.
What's that?
Yes.
This is Beth. I got my package today.
Love you.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. I love you.
Hey, I got a question.
I'll do my best.
Does everyone have counterparts?
Yes.
Thank you.
Everyone has a counterpart.
What's the difference between a counterpart and an oversoul, Amun?
Well, your oversoul is what makes counterparts, because it separates into different entities. Your oversoul is not necessarily just an individual, but it creates the illusion of individuals. But there's polarity, so that when it creates a being on high, it's not like the being on low, right? But they're two separate natures, like the duality inside of you, but that you have a higher and a lower mind, or an angel and a devil within you. It's the same thing that's observed on the outside. Just like all the brothers in the biblical stories, Cain and Abel, Esau and Jacob, they were fighting against one another till one had to overcome the other, right?
Right. So,
Like you and Barnabas.
Yes, right, like me and Barnabas. Except that when we overcome, we'll merge into one being with that dominant nature of whichever one wins.
Okay.
Did you all get did you all get the video I just sent you? Hassan, did you watch it?
Sure.
And you heard Yanun on that Padabab Yanun see again.
Yes.
That he teaches just like the Messiah.
Yes.
And people think that he is the Messiah, but he's not the Messiah. He is not Jesus. He's not the Messiah. Okay?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So we have many similarities, he and I, okay? But we have a different polarity.
Mm-hmm.
Amun, so that means your old soul is destined to emerge?
Your oversoul has already emerged.
So it's kind of blending into one.
Yes, to create harmony. But your oversoul is like the author that's writing a story that you play a role in, son.
I got you.
Yeah.
Amun.
Yes.
I noticed for a while my ears are not like it used to be. It's like it's turning to like a grey, like ears like the grey have. It's not like it used changed. It's
because
changed
if you notice in these subtle changes, you are transforming into a new being. A new being. They just say new being real fast, but it's a new being.
Trying to take a bit of time getting used to it. My ears used to, it's like, it's not quite like it used to be. It's just kind of like it's just shivering up.
Yeah. Well, you right. And you're going to miss your baby fingers shriveling up as well. And your your ring finger probably will too. You may be a being that'll evolve into a being with 2 or 3 fingers. Depends on how many you use. Because like the bat in the cave and living in the dark, your eyes atrophy or you become blind through non-use, right?
Kind of noticed my little finger get a bit smaller as well.
It is.
Hopefully I'll keep at least 4 of my fingers. I don't want to have.
It'll go by a need basis. If you're a pianist or a typist, you keep them. You know what I mean? You follow what I'm saying?
Well, hopefully, yes, I'll keep at least 4.
Well, you have to use them all. You see, a lot of you don't remember, but your fathers and grandfathers were very big men, right? They wore a size 44 coat. Many of them had a size 12 shoe. They were very big people. Huh?
I said I never remember that far.
Okay, but I'm telling you, they were big. People are getting smaller right now because they're becoming less physical. They don't have the hard labor that they had to keep them muscled up and large. They don't come home with an appetite like a hard-working man and eat those big hog-baked plates. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a big difference. You can tell the change of them.
It is. Because a lot of you all are turning to technology. You're getting on computers now and this and that and the other. You know what I mean? Automation. You're driving cars in place of walking. So you don't rely on your muscles or your bulky body. You don't need to be strong anymore in this society. But just 100 years ago, a man's strength was everything. If he was big and powerful physically, then he was considered a man and a good provider for his family from brute force.
Thanks for that information.
Sure.
Kind of getting worried.
Yes.
We don't eat as much as we used to either.
That's right.
We don't eat. You don't be hungry.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Because you're evolving into a new being.
Yeah.
See, on the new heaven and new earth, those things will pass away. There'll be no more hunger, no more thirst, etc. Do you follow me?
I understand.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yes. I just started a 500 calorie a day diet again today. Next question.
Amun.
Yes.
What is the pills you gave me? I can see that it don't, like my mama just said, I don't even food. I already had cut my eating habits a while back anyway, and it's like I'm getting more to just eating once a day, and then drinking more liquid than I do eat solid.
Right. Those capsules, they give you energy, don't they?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I tell the difference when...
That's right.
When I was sluggy and when I took them pills, I started moving. I'm an active person anyway, but I got more active like I was young when I took them pills. I felt... You
are young. Yeah.
Yeah.
It ain't when you was young, huh, son? Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. How old are you?
54.
How old?
I'm 54.
54, yeah, right. That's right.
Young.
You're 20 years younger than me.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I gave you those to take only when you get run down and burn out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. I appreciate that.
Right. I wouldn't take them every day just because they're there.
No, I won't. I understand. And Amun, was you gonna give me the meaning of my name?
Yeah. Next question. Next question. Huh?
So,
I got a question
my
on that.
vision. Go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead,
please.
sister. You go ahead.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I've been seeing these stars, and they blink red. They blink red and white. I was trying to see what that is.
These big red what?
They blink red and white.
That's a Messiah star.
Like red and white.
That's a star that indicates my return. Asar means he who sees. You hear me, Asar?
Okay.
Yes, I'm listening.
He who sees. Write it down.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
And another part of your name is Amun-Rayay.
Thank you, Messiah.
Right. And you have a middle name I'll get to you a little later. All right, now, that next question.
Abu.
Amun, I have one. You were talking about the dark tunnel.
About the what? Channel?
Yeah. You sent a post about the dark tunnel.
The Goddard Tunnel in Switzerland?
Yeah.
That was cold-blooded, huh? That was pretty rough to watch, huh? What they call themselves doing is all these white people are trying to summon up the devil.
I didn't see it, Amun. I called up. I couldn't find it.
Well, I'll get it and send it to you, all right?
Thank you.
Abu.
It's going to amaze you how many billions of dollars, how big it is.
Yes, they said it was built. All I got was built in 2016. They must have spent quite a lot of money.
Oh, yeah, billions of dollars.
How much?
It's a big performance. Billions.
Yes.
And they got big parades and everything going through that, dignitaries, queens and kings and all that. You'd be amazed that white people got something that big going on and keeping it undercover like that, under wraps.
That's their nature.
It is a big devil reality they got going on, trying to summon the devil up.
Yeah.
Up out of the pit. But he has but a short time, that's all.
But they gonna have to leave all the day.
It's scary being around them, you know.
Huh?
It's kind of scary being around them now. I feel quite something.
Well, don't be afraid of them, because that energy will bring them closer to you. Fear will bring you closer to them. That's a negative. Fear is a negative vibration. Fear is a negative vibration in itself.
Yeah. Yeah, I realize that. I realize that for a while. The more you try to, the more closer they want to get to you. I noticed that.
Yeah, you draw them to you with fear or hatred or any negative energy opens you up to them.
I realised that for a while, so that's not why I'm trying to, but it's quite difficult.
Right. Well, I'm saying that it creates fear in it. That what you're doing is you making an affirmation to yourself that you're afraid of the devil. I wouldn't say that.
I really kind of realised that the more you're trying to get away, the more they want to get in on your face, the more...
That's right.
Abu.
But it's just like this. When you walk in, just one second, Bess. When you walking down the street, sister, and you see a dog, you told don't show no fear, because if you look at the dog in the eye and you don't show no fear, they usually just look at you and let you walk by. But if you look at the dog and they can feel the fear in you, then they start barking and acting a fool. You see what I mean?
Yep. Yes, sir.
No, don't worry about them.
You never had that happen? If you're afraid of a dog, people that run from a dog get chased by a dog.
Well, I don't run, but sometimes the thing is, when you do see them and they come sniffing at you, then I do, kind of, and they want to do it all the more. So.
That's right, all the more. But if you look at them just like, just look at them, you know what I mean? They look back at you. No, you never show fear, because that's the nature of the beast, to attack weakness.
Huh?
Yeah.
This is, I just want to bear witness to what Amun just said about that dog. I had an experience 2 days ago, exactly like he just said. I went up on the gas station for some gas, and when I noticed that he is a kind of a big dog, there's two of them. So when I got out the car, he looked around at me, and I thought I was going to be scared, but then I decided not to and just ignore him. So when I just walked past the thing, he just looked at me and I looked at him and kept on going. And when I came back out the store after paying for the gas, the same thing happened, and I'd have to encounter any negativity.
That's right. If you showed a lot of fear and started howling and running and jumping, the dog might have reacted negatively. The devil is the same way.
I understand that.
Right.
And the devil always want to fix the energy.
That's right. They want to scare you. That's why their favorite holiday is Halloween, All Hallows Eve. And they sacrifice black people at the stroke of 12 every Halloween, really. Be a lot of dead black brothers and sisters that think they're friendly with white people. White people ain't, you're not their friend, and they know that. You might not know it, but they know it.
Amun, thank you for saying that.
Yeah, but it amazed me with some.
Yes.
Because I was trying to teach my son and his friends about that.
Yeah. Now,
and they was trying to do some stuff for Halloween, and I told them, don't do it.
Bess, thank you for your patience. I need to hear your question.
Yes. Okay. I remember when I was like smaller and was playing outside, and like when it rained, it would be actually it just be like dew on the ground, and you look through this with the sun rays through that dew, and a little particle of dew, and it had different colors in it.
That's right.
What do they? What
well,
was that?
The water, the drops of water were acting like a prism. You know what a prism is in school? They showed you a triangle piece of glass that bent the sun rays in a different lines of color like a rainbow.
Yes.
The raindrops, the dewdrops, act like small prisms. You understand?
Okay. But I know they have pretty color in them, though. They be pretty color in them.
That's exactly right. They have 7 different colors. Next question.
I got a question.
I'll do my best. And we're all going. I'm going to start going through the Patarak with y'all too. Reading out of one every class a little bit, okay? And walking through the Patarak.
Okay.
Lovely.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. So you
okay, go ahead.
you mentioned that we were the graves of the future, and basically we're their past. I was trying to see if is there a way that we can kind of call on them or directly align ourselves with them to kind of.
Sure it is. You
right
can.
now.
Just raise your vibrations. They're much more intellectual, thinking on a higher frequency.
Okay, so my question, will it directly call our future self? Because I know you said that even with us vibrating, we are going to attract what we vibrate. Will that attract our specific future self?
Wherever you vibrate, that's what you attract. Like I said, if you have a lot of fear, hatred, and anger, and dishonesty, and you attract lower vibrational creatures. But if you vibrate on a high frequency, you attract high frequency creatures. That's how you create your own heaven and hell right now. Those of you that think negatively and lie and want to steal and kill and hate, this, that, the other, jealousy, all that, you preparing yourself, you making a bed of hell for yourself. And those of you that have high moral principles and outlooks and lofty thoughts, high frequencies, you creating heaven. And you wake up surrounded by like-minded others. Trustworthy, loving people, very intelligent beings. And wherever they exist to be a utopia, will be a heaven, because intelligent people create beautiful surroundings. But devils create hell and chaos around them, just like what's inside of them. Filth and ugly all around them, raggedy and tore up, stanking, and just hell.
Cool.
Your surrounding outside is a reflection of what's going on inside of you.
Thank you, Amun.
You're not going to have a low mind in high surroundings. Your surroundings match your frequency. Right?
Cool.
Yeah.
Next question.
Cool.
Factor, let me see the wisdom of Tahuti. I want to share some things out of it. Next question. Those of you that have the wisdom of Tahuti, could you get it now, please? Next question.
I have a question.
I'll do my best.
Hey, you say you have to match your frequency and having high-frequency thoughts. So what would be some of the high-frequency thoughts?
Thinking that you're the one, about the oneness, and about love for your brothers and sisters, and it's not just, it's through action too, right? Because faith without acts are useless. But if you really love your brothers and sisters, then you want to put the post out to them and invite them all to class and bring them to the forum where they can share the good news, the Naba, the supreme news that you receive all the time and are fed with, right?
Right.
True. Okay. But the devil is selfish. The devil is not going to put no energy into helping nobody else find the truth. You understand? He going to try to get all he wants for himself, and it's not going to do him no good because he's only concerned about himself. He's not going out of his way to put no energy into inviting nobody else to heaven. Because he's the devil, and he knows that's not his job to get people to heaven. He's not interested in getting nobody to heaven. All right?
Our light.
So he's not going. So
that's right.
He's not
that's
going.
What Donald Trump said. That's right. And Donald Trump just said that he's not going to heaven. He said it about 5 times in a row on Air Force One. Look, I wanted to share a little bit with you all out of the wisdom of Tahuti on the page 60. It says, "Are you in there? Mind your mind. It's the doctrine of mental. Mind your mind for the jewels of your soul. This doctrine embodies the right knowledge that all is mental, and each has a mind. It explains that Patempta, the all, which is the reality, underlying all outward and inward manifestations and appearances, seen and unseen, which we know under the terms of existence: the material existence, the ethereal existence, the phenomenon of life, matter, energy, ether, and in short, all that is apparent to our material senses. One sense subdivided into many is ka, spirit, ba, soul, cat, body, which in itself is knowable and definable, but which may be considered and thought of as a universal, infinite, living mind in Patempta, the all, the threefold you. You have touched your cat, your body, right? Felt it through your ka, spirit, and accepted the way it feels with your ba. Cat ka ba. See, hear, taste, smell, and feel are all in cat. Knowing this is in ka, and being able to appreciate it is ba. All these are but touch. All is I am. It also explains that all the phenomenal world or universe is simply a mental creation in Patempta, the all, subject to the laws of created things are physical, and that the universe as a whole and in its parts or units has its existence in the mind of Patempta, the all, as does all in which mind we live and move and have our being, persons, places, and things. I, you, they. This doctrine, by establishing the physical and ethereal mental nature of all things and their physical part in the universe, easily explains all of the varied mental and psychic phenomenon that occupy such a large portion of the public attention, and which, without such explanation, you end up with blind faith, false hopes and beliefs, and spookisms, chasing a ghost god to an unknown and unproven place to receive gifts you are not worthy, no matter how good you pretend to be, just so you wouldn't get burned in an eternal fire, hell. So you made a deal with your God, all which is non-understandable and defies scientific realities. An understanding of this great Egyptian doctrine of mental is relation to mind. Each individual has a mind which is fed from the same mental reservoir, which enables each individual to readily grasp the laws of the mental and to apply the same to his/her well-being and advancement. That's being in touch with a real God. The ancient Egyptian order student is enabled to apply intelligently and outintelligently the great mental and physical laws instead of doing them in a haphazard manner as religions have. With master key in his possession, the student may unlock the many doors of the mental and psychic temple of right knowledge, right wisdom, and the right overstanding, and enter the same freely using the God mind you have, or the mind of mental, which is God. This explains the true nature of energy, power, matter, existence, and why and how all these are subordinate to the mastery of mind, and that each mind is a slave to mental, the force of ether which controls the action of matter. One of the old Tahuti masters wrote long ages ago, he or she realizes that all is, and these words are as true for all time. Without this master key, mastery is impossible, and the student knocks in vain in the many doors of the temple, and is met by the false teacher of ghosts, spooks, fictions, beliefs, myths, giving false hopes, no facts, no truth, just lie after lie. The light is the devil's tool. Darkness is the home of God. Peace, tranquility, and bliss. Find your way back to black. Patempta, or the doctrine of correspondence. That which is above is the same as that which is below, and both are in the all, Patempta. This doctrine embodies the truth that there is always a correspondence between the laws and phenomenon of the various planes of being and life between things. The old axiom ran in these words: as above, so below; as below, so above. This will mislead you into thinking there are two directions, when in fact there is no direction at all. Even your own planet Earth is going nowhere, around and back again. So time is going nowhere, and the grasping of this doctrine gives one the means of solving many blinding paradoxes and the many hidden secrets of nature at work in all things. They claim there are planes of existence beyond our knowledge, like heaven or hell, but they would serve no point if you believe Yahweh, Theos, or Allah created all things for you. When we apply the doctrine of correspondence to them, we are able to understand much that would otherwise be unknowable to us. To correspond, this must take place between two or more things. This doctrine is of universal application and manifestation. Seen, heard, tasted, smelled, and felt things. Even planes are things. The various planes of the material, mental, and spiritual universe. It is a universal law under one, persons, two places, three things. The ancient Egyptians considered this doctrine as one of the most important mental and physical instruments by which mortals are able to pry aside the obstacles which hid from view of the unknown, that which was lighter than the hydrogen atom. But now the once unknown is known as quarks and zeolites. These things have changed a great deal. Its use even tore aside the veil of spookism. Ghostism, Holy Ghost, six ether spirit forces become real beings, their unseen or unfelt, unproven God, to the extent that a glimpse of the subatomic world, the very face of their creator, has been caught by the hand and now can be examined. So the term supreme being becomes real. A supreme being is still a being like human being. Supreme human being. Think about this point. That which was nothing is now many wonderful things. Beginning beyond the hydrogen atom is a new world of energies. Just as knowledge of the principles of geometry enables mortals to measure distant suns and their movements while seated in an observatory. So a knowledge of the doctrine of correspondence enables mortals to reason from the known to the unknown made known, when in fact geometry should only be the measurement of geo, the earth, from nothing to thing, from hydrogen to ether, and on and on. The unreal has become real. Mental does in fact exist. Studying a thing reveals many things, all corresponding in partem to the all, as part of all. It did not stop at the hydrogen atom. It does not stop at your God, Yahweh, Theos, or Allah. They are by your own words in heaven, in which is being opened with the master key, all in all. So if they are in heaven, heaven is bigger than them, right? All right.
Cool.
Nothing rests. Everything moves. Everything vibrates. This is the key to manifestation. Let me say it again. Nothing rests. Everything moves. Everything vibrates. This is the key to manifestation. But beyond things is all without movement, because all doesn't vibrate but sets things in a vibratory motion. This doctrine embodies the truth that everything is in motion. Everything vibrates. Nothing is at rest. Facts which modern scientific discovery tends to verify. And yet this Egyptian doctrine was enunciated thousands of years ago by the masters of ancient Egypt. This explains that the differences between different manifestations of matter, energy, mind, and even spirit result largely from varying rates of vibration. different from movement from place to place, from the ethereal, which is pure spirit, pure soul, down to the grossest forms of matter. All things are in vibration. The higher the vibration, the higher the position in the scale. That applies to people. The higher you vibrate, the higher you are up. The lower the vibration, the more spiritual, as matter vibrates at a slower rate, the particles become further and further apart. The vibrational spirit is at such an infinite rate of intensity and rapidity that it is practically at rest, just as a rapidly moving wheel seems to be motionless because all things work in cycles, as the serpent with its tail in its own mouth. Meaning if you see a fan turning, it moves so fast that it looks like it's going backwards sometimes, right?
It's good.
All right.
Right.
There are gross forms of matter whose vibrations are so low as to seem at rest. So in fact, they are the same. Between these poles, there are millions upon millions of varying degrees of vibration, from corpuscle to electron, atom and molecule, to worlds and universes. Everything is in vibratory motion, yet nothing is actually moving from its place. This is also true on the planes of energy and force, which are but varying degrees of vibration, and not so on the spiritual planes. These states of existence are between the movement of which vibrates as the space between the tick and tock of time, or the rest in a music scale. You know, like when you look at a clock on the wall, and you say time is moving forward, it don't wait on nobody. But the hand is not going from left to right in a linear sense, it's just going around and around, anchored on a central pin, right?
Right.
An understanding of this doctrine with the appropriate form in the earth is just spinning on an axis enables the ancient Egyptian order student to control their own vibrations as well as those of others, vibrating on the lower bass texture tone of the past and travel back to win or rise on to the higher pitch of the future. That's why, you know, these graves, you in the future, or in the future, because they vibrate on a higher frequency, and we've been left back here on a plane vibrating slower, right, and what you call the past, and travel up to when which was then, and becomes then from now. The masters also apply this doctrine to the conquering of natural phenomenon in various ways. He or she who understands the doctrine of vibration has grasped the scepter of power, master of time and space, yet in knowing this doctrine on vibrations, know also that all things vibrate. But what is the nothing that exists? They have their own principle, not related by movement. And remember that nothing is something without its atomic number, right? So what you call nothing, it still vibrates. What time is it? All right.
Right.
Now,
Ask a question.
Go ahead. You have a question?
Yes, I have a question. Yeah, you know, you said that there was changes. You were to make changes to our genetics. It's so many corrections to be made. I kind of was thinking, if you didn't,
all these corrections won't be physical.
Oh, okay. It won't be.
No, not only physical.
Spiritual.
Oh, some of it
and soulful and mental, yes.
Okay. Okay. I kind of was thinking, if it didn't come to this point where you didn't upgrade us from the hominids, would we still be who we are, or would we still be, you know?
Yeah, the essence of who you are will never change.
What do you mean, now or
Ever.
You didn't make that genetic change.
You are
Never?
who you are. You are what you are by nature. You can just improve. You can just improve the way that you navigate who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
So, kind of like, okay, kind of, if we're in the spiritual world, would we still have that be like a hominid, or will we?
Well, no, you mean your physical appearance?
Yeah.
No, you'll be more crystalline and less dense, right?
Okay.
Yeah. And you'll be a much more perfected being. You'll be all the things that you always wanted to be. If you wanted long hair or whatever it is, you would have that. You would be your concept of what perfection is, or beauty. You follow?
Okay.
Right. All these imperfections resulted from having a reprobate mind and spirit that projected your outward appearance into something that was far removed from the real you or the truth as you were created to be. You follow? Because divine love is the only reality, and everything else is mere illusion.
Okay.
So how did we get to be chosen, and some of the hominids still stay hominids?
Well, how did you get to be chosen? It's not on account of your virtue. It's not on account of your virtues that you were chosen, but because the Most High is just and merciful.
Yeah.
He's not judging you by what you are right now, but he's judging you by what you can and will be.
No, I'm talking about the hominids. How did you get to choose the hominids?
Well, you're talking about hominids. Yeah, but you're a Homo sapien now. Hominids could be the great apes or the primates. You follow what I mean? Homo erectus.
Yeah,
those are hominids as well.
Yeah, but how did we get to be chosen from those? Because
natural selection. In other words, I understand. You know that as the archaeologist propels down the sheer cliffs of the Grand Canyon, he's in essence traveling back through time, and he can read the history of the planet in layers, just like a professional arborist can cut down the tree and read the history of the tree through the rings. When he gets to the bottom, he sees single-cell amoeba, and he starts ascending back up slowly through the layers. He's raising up through time. And every layer he sees creatures getting more and more complex until they're multicellular creatures. And then when he gets almost to the top, he starts seeing hominids, primates, which are two words, prime, P-R-I-M-E, dash, mates, M-A-T-E-S, mates, prime mates. It doesn't mean that the Anunnaki laid with you to have sex naturally, but it means that they use their Tima Sharu, their DNA. You follow me? And they had a 600-year project where they used 100 years to capture the hominids, you know, the orangs and chimpanzees and Homo erectus, and 400 years for genetic manipulation, and 3 laboratories in Shimti, in Egypt, and on Mars and the dark side of the moon, where they experimented with these genes, and then after they perfected the man and the woman in their image and likeness, they had 100 years for education. Are you following me? And that's how they created the man and the woman in their image and in their likeness. Right?
My, that must have been quite fun.
You thought it was fun, you say? Well, they did it for a specific reason.
Oh, should I say interesting?
It was fun for us because the ones, in other words, they didn't choose all the hominids, as you said, right? Now, the evidence of that is when Darwin says that men evolved from apes, right? You read that in school. But that's now revealed to be a missing link. Because the truth of the matter is, if it was only time that was necessary for an ape to turn into a man, how come the rest of the monkeys ain't people yet?
Sure. That is the missing link.
Right.
That
because
is the missing link.
time passed for them too, right? When the archaeologist got to the upper stratas of the Grand Canyon, he found out that it usually takes millions of years for one species to emerge into another. But in a short 600-year period, hominids or monkeys and apes were building pyramids with light amplified stimulation, emission, radiation, laser beams, and levitation, high mathematics, performing intricate brain surgeries. In a 600-year period, they went from swinging in trees to building pyramids. And he couldn't figure it out, so he called it the missing link. But what that 600-year period, was because it was the interference of the Anunnaki in the earth, and they took their DNA to speed up the timeline of the hominids. Are you following me?
Okay, I'm following.
Right.
So it should be honored then that we were chosen.
Exactly. And the ones that weren't chosen, and the ones that weren't chosen, they still swinging in trees.
Yes, when you think about it.
That's right.
It would be eaten at the worst.
I'm so glad he chose it. I'm so glad he chose it. He loved it. Man.
I'm glad too. I don't want to be swinging, sitting on no tree limbs eating bananas. Not me. Scratching trees. Yeah, that would be sad. But believe it or not, it was against intergalactical. It was against the law for them to interfere, because just like on Star Trek you were speaking about earlier, they were supposed to go to other worlds, but never interfere with the timeline there, with the evolution of the species there, but only to be observers. You follow me? Watchers.
Yes.
But they started interfering with the timetable of evolution here on Earth and sped it up by hundreds of thousands of years by genetic manipulation. You follow?
Yeah.
And then the sons of God, the 200 angels that fell to earth, they were supposed to be observers, and they used to sit around, and they used to hear the men and women, young men and women, playing and laughing and having sex behind the bushes, and it excited them because they didn't bring their females with them, and they started killing the males and raping the females. You understand? And then when they were called up to the council on the Bureau to ask if they had done that, they swore they didn't. And the watchers, the Agigi in heaven, the 100 that circumambulated the planet Earth on orbital platforms that never incarnated in the physical form, lied for them as well. But the elders kept looking down on the earth, and they saw a lot of these females started getting pregnant, and they gave birth. And when they did, they gave birth to giants. There were giants on the earth in those days, and they were intellectual and spiritual and physical giants, and that they were very disagreeable. That they murdered and ate people like their fathers, and they raped and they stole and all these things, and murdered like their fathers did. So they were busted. Their lives didn't help them, because natural nature revealed with the iniquity that they had, the sins that they had committed. Right? And by speeding up the timeline like that, it created a lot of problems. You see, because it threw nature off its timeline, and now they're coming back to repent by making corrections to try to figure out which one of you are the ones among you that have more of their DNA in them than the rest of them. Because those of you that still act like monkeys and apes and devils and this and that, the other, have the nature of a beast, you won't qualify to make the trip. But those of you that are becoming intelligent and agreeable and very wise and smart and civilized, those are the ones that they're coming to get. The purifiable souls, the elite few, right? But the ones that got too much animal in them, they're going to leave them back here. Because they have the nature of the beast, right?
That's not good.
To be food for their God, right?
Yeah, the ones left behind will be food for their gods, right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
You'll be on the menu. You'll be on the menu.
Good ones? Which one are the good
The ones here with me.
These are the denier.
The ones that are with me, and they're sincerely with me, and they're trying to do everything in their power to make this mission successful, and to bring the people here to
I
us.
know that, but I was referring to the Anunnaki. As far as the Igigi and Denier, which ones are the agreeable ones?
The Denier. I just told you the Gigi lied to the Watchers, right? So they created us in their image and likeness. Are people on earth agreeable or disagreeable? Amun? Which is it?
Okay. Thank you. Huh?
Are they agreeable or disagreeable on earth? No, everybody on earth is not agreeable. A few are agreeable, but most are disagreeable here on earth. So if they created us in their image and likeness, then the image and likeness that they're binded on us from the Anunnaki, that Anunnaki are agreeable and disagreeable too in their nature. You follow me?
Yes, right. That's where some of us get our nature, yes?
Yeah, you call them gods. Well, you got the nature of God. God's nature, in that sense, as far as an extraterrestrial, is not only agreeable, it's also disagreeable. Now we can improve these stars, y'all. Go ahead.
Amun, I want to share something with you before we go out there. Can you hear me?
I don't know, they got disconnected.
I think we did.
Yeah, because I'm already outside.
They got disconnected here. To us.
Yeah, to us too. Can you hear Moon Hotel?
No, we can't hear him.
Okay, let me try. Let me get on. All right, I don't want to cut myself off, so let me go back in.
All right, you create your own reality. Just like the level of these classes, the level of these classes.
Hear you.
Nobody can hear me?
We couldn't hear you.
Can you hear me
now? We can now. Before
I hear you now.
All right. The nature of these classes, listen, the nature of these classes is determined by the level of your questioning. If you ask intelligent questions, you have an intelligent class, a high-level frequency class. If you don't ask questions at all, then you'll get nothing. All right, who's going to move that first star? Or is the moon out there? Who sees the moon? Who's going to move the first star?
I can move the moon.
You see the moon out there? Are you going to tell me what you want to move tonight?
Yeah.
What do you see?
We see a star, Moon.
All right.
I do too.
That star, move up in the name of Amun-Rayay. But tell me what you see. Now drop down.
Drop it down. Drop it down.
Now, raise back up.
Going up.
Now,
It's going up.
go in a circle in the name of the Messiah.
I'm not on there. Going in a circle.
Now, come closer to him right now.
Getting close.
Now, go back out in the name of Amun-Rayay.
We're going back out.
Yes. All right. Now we
Thank
need
you,
you
Amun.
all to support the mission and get these testimonies in and put these posts out to the world in the name of the Most High. I love you all with all my heart. Prepare your questions. Be prepared for class next Thursday. Do some studying and research. Study that in the Alps there where the devil has that big project going on. Study these things. The God is done. And when you study these things, come prepared with questions for a dynamic class. I love you all. Meet your authority. Amun-Rayay Asa.